Hey everybody, Bishop Sherman D.Manning joining you live. For a long time, I didn't know when we would ever be able to say joining you live again. Most of you probably know in order to live stream live, you got to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Our channel had been shut down for some technical reasons that were of no fault of our own. And I want to take a moment to thank my wonderful Jewish brother, Jewish friend, attorney David Nimmer, Nimmer. Listen, about a year ago, YouTube shut down our channel and had almost 4,000 subscribers, which is a lot of subscribers for a church that started as a storefront right here local, just housing the homeless and feeding the hungry. And we were able to live stream our services every Friday night, live stream our feedings, live stream housing homeless people and all of that. Technical reasons, they shut the whole channel down. So we had to start from scratch. And on the new channel, I think we got about 130 subscribers now. We had appealed to YouTube, no response. We had had an attorney to threaten to sue them, no response. I want to thank God for attorney Elizabeth Mitchell, who tried to help, and for attorney Doug Schaefer, a great personal injury lawyer who wrote a very good letter to YouTube. But as they always say, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I say I know God, and God knows everybody, and he always has his people. And attorney David Nimmer is a copyright expert attorney, intellectual property known around the country. And I happened to meet him at a Shabbat meal. And when I met him at the Shabbat meal, I didn't go too deep into it because the Sabbath had begun. And he said, let's talk next week. So I sent David an email on Sunday morning. He sent his contact at Google, who shall remain nameless. All I can tell you, this person is a high ranking attorney in the company. And believe it or not, this person responded to David on a Sunday. And today is Wednesday. The channel has been restored. Oh my God. And you don't know, I don't have time to really go into it, how important that is to Yes and Worship Center and to me. But for example, my ordination to bishop, which I was ordained to be bishop, was on that channel. I lost all of those videos. Interviews with attorney Tom Mesereau. When Tom Mesereau came to our church to do a legal clinic, which I hope Craig Ackerman and David Nimmer and Michael Stein and others will do in the future, that was on YouTube. Many of my church services were on YouTube. We lost all of those videos, and it's been more than a year we've been trying to get them back. Meet David on a Friday, and 5 days later, you have your channel back. That's the power of knowing the right person. And guess what else that is? That's the power of connections. That's the power of rapport. That's the power of friendship. That is the power of JABA, Jews and Blacks Association. And this just is a thumbnail, a thumbprint to make the point that Craig and I are trying to make with JABA, Jews and Blacks Association. Watch this. It's hard to discriminate against a person that you know, and it's almost impossible to discriminate a person that you like. If you don't know a person, you can't like them. And so one of the things we're trying to do is bring people together. We're trying to revive that strong connection that Blacks and Jews had in the civil rights movement with the great Martin Luther King Jr., Rabbi Heschel, Stanley Levison, and others. I'm no king. Craig probably wouldn't consider himself to be a Stanley Levison, but I am Bishop Sherman D.Manning, and he is attorney Craig Ackerman. And we brought in Rabbi Konevsky, who's going to be helping us with this organization also. And I've met with many rabbis over the last few weeks. And this thing that David was able to do for me is just an example. And David did not charge me one red cent. An attorney filing a lawsuit, a good one, would have charged $300 or $400 an hour to do the lawsuit. But because I knew someone, one of the things that JABA wants to do is bring people from different, diverse backgrounds together, show us how much we have in common, establish rapport, and even establish friendships outside the group. It's really not that difficult. I had coffee with Rabbi Konevsky today. our third meeting. Attended his synagogue. He invited me for coffee, first time. Had it at a synagogue. Today, we met at a restaurant, and we're becoming friends. We're getting to know each other. We're getting to know each other's history. And it's important to know history in order to determine destiny. So I don't want to be long. This is the first live stream, the first time. It's such a small world. So I attended a Shabbat meal last week that Dr. Stein, attorney David Nimmer, was there. He walks over to me and says, "Yeah, I saw you in synagogue last week." Turns out he actually spoke to me in synagogue. I just forgot about it because I met so many wonderful people at that synagogue. But it started with what? A conversation. And it started with me stepping across the line saying, I'm going to go to a synagogue. They don't worship totally the way I worship. They don't believe totally the way I believe, but I'm going on anyhow. And we went from that to someone's house, and from that to a restaurant, and from that to I've gotten friends like Jason at Get Visible, who put up the website that's still under construction. And I would be remiss to not mention the Tiny Homes Project. Housing the homeless, we're feeding the hungry. We cannot do it alone. Some people think I don't have $24,000 to sponsor a tiny home, and some of you do. We'll need your help. But I say to myself that probably most people can afford to write a check for $100, $500, whatever it might be. But if you'll go look at the tinyhomesproject.com, click on Interfaith Works, and you'll see Rabbi Konevsky and myself. You'll see Attorney Craig Ackerman and what we're doing. And then if you'd like to donate financially to what we're doing, you can do it through snail mail, or simply go to yeswecanworshipcenter.org, click donate now. My Jewish brothers and sisters, my black brothers and sisters, rabbis, pastors, I got one thing to say. Let's get together. Let's get together. Let's get together. We must stand up for Israel. We must stand up for peace. We must stand against anti-Semitism. We must stand against racism. And I know we can do it together. Yes, we can. Attorney Nimmer, thank you, my friend. Keep the faith. Now I got to figure out how to cut this off. I haven't done a live stream in so long. How do you cut this thing off? Let's see here. I'll get the hang of it, you all. Just give me a little time. But I'm done now. I got to figure out how to stop this thing. Let's see. Okay. Wait, how do you stop this thing? Did I stop it? I still didn't stop it. Oh, here we go. I think that's it.